This crazy girl Lydia just ran 519 kilometers from London to Cornwall.
So in this video, I'm going to tell you how I did it.
Let's hear more about it. Welcome back. Welcome back
Hi.
to Between Miles.
Hi.
Today we're doing a slow edition of Between Miles. Lydia's got a coffee.
Slow.
I wish I had brought my coffee because, well, I just finished the marathon this weekend and Lydia
And
finished...
came 12th overall.
12.
Female.
Yes, correct. And Lydia finished her, well, what is it, like 11 marathons last week. She ran, was it a total of 450 or was it more in the end?
It was 519 kilometers.
Oh my god, 519 kilometers in how much time?
5 days.
5 days.
Yeah, so just
you
over 100k a day.
So you started on a Tuesday, finished on a Saturday.
I did, yeah.
Okay, so this was on, what was the starting date? Just so we can give people a bit of a perspective of the timeline here.
The starting date was Tuesday the... What day was it? Tuesday the 14th. Tuesday the 14th of October.
Tuesday the 14th.
Sorry, you've got to bear with
okay.
me, my brain is still piecing it together.
Okay, and like, so you finished on, what was 15, 16, 17, like the 18th-ish?
Yeah.
And right now, today, I believe it is the 20...
Oh, I don't have it. It's the 20...
We're a week later.
Yeah, I think it's pretty much exactly a week and 2 days. It's a week and 2 days later.
It's a week and 2 days later. So, the great start of this video. Now you have an idea of when we are talking.
Yeah.
So the funny thing is, me and Lydia actually didn't see each other up until pretty much this moment.
Yeah.
So I am very curious how this whole run went for her. These full 519 kilometers, which I believe were supposed to be 450-ish.
Supposed to be 475 originally.
475.
And then as the day got closer, I realised with my mapping, and I wanted to avoid all A roads, which are basically in England, like big main highways. Big main highways. Obviously I did have to go on a lot of those, but the bigger ones I wanted to avoid. So it became more like 490. And then all those extra kilometres were either getting lost or the path not being there or just generally adding up miles.
Yeah.
So in my head, I was prepared to do less than 100k a day. You know, it's still a distance. Yeah. But mentally, doing more than 100k was not what I had planned. Yes.
Yeah.
And that just, that takes a little bit more of a toll when you're doing more than 100k a day.
Yes. Oof. Okay, so we start on Tuesday the 14th. Can you kind of loop people into what you actually ran, like from where to where and why?
Yeah, so we started in London, which was the original point because I obviously used to live in London, so it was kind of me going from my home in London to Falmouth, which is down in Cornwall, and it's near Land's End, which is like the tip of England. Okay. And we were going there because there is a tattoo shop there, so I was basically running to get a tattoo, and this was all in aid of, basically I partnered up with Stories Ink, which is an amazing skincare company for tattooed skin, and they partnered with a charity called MTA, which is the Mastectomy Tattoo Alliance. Okay. So this charity basically funds tattoos for people that have had breast cancer. It also does gender affirming tattoos. So if you've transitioned and you've lost your nipples or you need that tattoo, they also do that. I think it came through from breast cancer. Yeah. So they're the only ones that provide this without it being like you having to pay, basically.
Yeah, not commercial.
Yeah, exactly. And I think in England, if you had this through the healthcare system, it's classed as more, what's the word? Not prosthetic. cosmetic, so you'd have to pay for it. So this is giving the sort of sense of normality back to these women. So for me, obviously, as a very tattooed person, this is something very.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, this is very. I feel really connected to it, and I understand what confidence can come from having a tattoo.
Yeah.
Obviously, mine are very different. But yeah, so basically that is the reason that I was running all these miles, and just trying to get awareness about the charity, raise money, and yeah, obviously do it my own way, which was running 500 kilometers.
How much did you raise?
I think we're about £3,000 at the moment.
Okay.
We're still trying to raise money.
Yeah.
So we'll share the link down below if anyone wants to donate a little bit of money.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a good little fundraiser.
But so since this is between miles and we talk mostly about running, let's dive a little bit into that. Yeah.
Yes.
So day one, I mean, maybe we should go slightly earlier. How did you prepare for it a few days leading up to the start?
Yeah, so I did my usual taper, which was great.
What did that look like?
That was...
Because obviously people might be like, how do you taper for something like this?
Yeah, so tapering, definitely, the longer the distance, the longer the taper. Usually because your miles are so high that you're actually coming down gradually from running, you know, huge weeks.
Yeah.
So I'd say that my peak week was actually when we went to Berlin and ran a double marathon. So that was actually a great training run, because I was able to get in an ultra. I was able to get in 84 kilometers in a training, and it not be super boring just out doing 84 kilometers by yourself.
Yeah.
And then from that, I think my week was, you know, about just over 100 kilometers. So we're looking like 130 kilometers. And then basically in those 3 weeks after Berlin, I was slowly bringing it down to the week before. I think I ran 50 to 60 kilometers and then started my run. So I brought it way down, didn't run the day before, basically was eating just carbs.
Yeah.
And it's sort of weird because my legs just felt so heavy and ready to go. But it's all part of the taper.
Did you feel bloated before you started, like with that amount of carbs?
I didn't feel bloated. I felt like heavy. Yeah. Like I felt like a loaf of bread. I felt like I'd eaten so many carbs and turned into a piece of carb.
Lovely.
But for me, I always find that when I have more carbs, I get more water retention.
Yeah.
I'm very affected by water retention, and I think my legs just feel like every time I run. But as soon as you're like 20k in, it's fine. Especially with a long run like this, you have so much time. You don't need those fast legs.
No.
Whereas, like, obviously, if you're carb loading and resting that much before maybe a marathon, you wouldn't feel your best. You wouldn't feel fast. But you know, you just need that for the 5 days where you're going to be burning so many calories.
For sure.
So, yeah.
And I think even, I mean, I carb loaded a little bit for the marathon last weekend. Just like starting Thursday night basically, and then Friday. Yeah. And I gained a kilo, which is obviously, it's mostly indeed also water retention. Like you don't actually gain weight. No. It's just your body holding on to more. Exactly. Which to me is a good sign at that point. Like I'm like, okay, I'm doing something right. Yeah. So if anybody is watching this and it's like, oh my God, I gained weight during my carb load. Good. Like, good job. That's what you want.
And also what's funny is after something like this, you tend to actually gain weight, and then once the water retention and the healing in your body goes away, then the weight drops.
Takes a bit of
so
time.
Initially you're like, wow, I ran 500 kilometers and I
should
if anything, I put on weight. And it's actually your body holding on to so much water retention. Like the next day after I finished, obviously if anyone saw my Instagram, my legs were very swollen, but also my hands.
We'll put a picture somewhere.
A picture here. Yeah. My hands are swollen, my eyes, my face, like everything is swollen. And I think it's your body just holding on to everything it can. Yeah. Because it's kind of like, are we doing this again today? Yeah. Are we
done?
Do we get to like?
It's in a state of shock, I think.
Exactly.
Just stress. Yeah. That makes a lot of sense. I think I posted something about LZ Davis the other week, who did the circuit of
outside of Cornwall.
Yeah. And I think she also posted how she gained like 2 kilos doing it. And people are like, how? But it's a really good sign in a way.
Of your body healing.
And you're also giving it enough. That's also good. Like, you wouldn't want to finish being 20 kilos lighter, you know, that would be a bad thing. What did you do during your run? Anyway, so you were ready, you were carb loaded, you tapered. Day 1, what time did you start and what was the plan?
Yeah, day 1 I knew was going to be kind of the most boring day, but the easiest day, because coming out of London, you're basically on the River Thames and then on other little rivers the entire way, which means it is flat, like 0 hills the entire day. I think I didn't even reach 100 meters elevation that day.
Okay, that's really impressive.
Yeah.
We hit that on this hill walk.
Yeah, exactly. So I knew it was going to be easy in that sense, but also kind of hard because when you get a hill, you get to walk a bit.
Yeah.
So I knew I had to, in my head, do my own, like, obviously my feet are fresh, like I'm ready to run. I could easily run the whole day, and it was my fastest, obviously, by far. I think I did that in 12 hours.
Yeah. And that was how much total?
Just over 100 kilometers.
Wow, yeah. So good 12 hours, 100k. Yeah, I mean that's a very good time.
Yeah. So it was, but that was definitely trying to like still keep it chilled. And I also knew I still had some big hills coming up. Cornwall has a lot of rolling hills, so I was mentally preparing myself for that, like a lot of up and down.
Yeah.
But yeah, set off. We had a lovely little crew of people that came out for the first bit. Actually had one lovely guy that did 28 kilometers with me.
Nice.
And then it began the no paces.
Yeah,
which...
I'm so sorry. I was kind of half signed up for this. But
it was one of those that like if you come as a pacer, I think I've learned that you have to have someone there for the entire trip. Yeah. Just because of logistics, like, you know, it's quite hard to drop people off, get people. You want someone that's just there. Yeah. And so with that, I also didn't want to ask people to come and pace, because it's a huge undertaking to come for 5 days and run a lot, and I've done these things before.
Yeah, and the crew wasn't big enough in a way where you could say, oh, there's one group that's gonna need, just go get a person and maybe drop them off,
exactly,
you know, or get them along the road and then...
Yeah. So this was my first time ever doing something like this without paces. Ooh. And obviously paces, we've talked about this, but paces in a marathon sense are very different. Yeah. Like paces in ultra marathons, they're there to, you know, support, just mentally keep you going, keep you distracted,
give you some company.
Exactly, yeah. And so I didn't have that, and in one sense I felt like I had a lot more energy because I wasn't talking to anyone. So I had this energy that wasn't sort of not wasted on talking, but in the other sense I gained so much energy from someone running with me. Yeah. That actually I think that energy balance was the same in the end. Yeah. Which was super interesting to think about. And I mean, it was a good challenge. I really enjoyed that I didn't have to worry about paces or, you know, things like that. But I don't think I could do it again. Yeah. I think it was actually
next time I
didn't realize. Obviously, with all the paces that I've had, I know how much they put into it, but I didn't realize how much I needed that. Yeah. I was basically counting down every single kilometer until I could see Ollie.
It becomes almost like a treadmill run.
Yeah, exactly. And then I'd see Ollie for like 5 minutes max while I ate something, and then I'd go off again and I'd be like, right, 10 more kilometers to count down until I see him again.
Yeah.
That's so it was difficult.
Really tough.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, even thinking about just running a marathon this weekend, like I don't love it. But the first 20k I got to run with somebody else. The last 20k I kind of ran alone. And even though I could go, you know, I can just keep going and do what I want to, it's so much more boring, you know. And then every kilometer just ticks by slowly. Now add that do that 11 times.
On like a
get
highway against traffic with no one there, just people looking at you in cars like, what is she doing?
Yeah.
And then you're like,
yeah.
God, that's hard.
I don't know. I think it's I can imagine it being a lot easier mentally when you have somebody there, and even if you know indeed like, oh, it's the first 20k and then it's 20k on my own, but then I get another 10k, and then maybe, you know, to split it up a bit. I can imagine that helping a lot. So that was day 1. You did really well though. Day 2 comes around.
Day 2, day 1 in the night we got to stay at a rugby club. So
oh Lord.
yeah, we actually got a shower in
that's lovely.
and that was nice. Day 2 is difficult. Lots of hills. The hills, basically from day 2 the hills started. Day 4 was the worst for hills. And yeah, day 2 was sort of, day 2 I was prepped to have my worst day, because you're not going to be halfway at the end of the day, but you're tired from day 1.
Yeah.
So in the Portugal run, that was my worst day. And day 2 went very smoothly, and I was like, that was nice, but this is like, I'm scared now. When's the worst day going to come?
Yeah.
So then moved on to day 3. Day 3 was also great, bit more hills. And was day 3? Day 3 was actually my best day. I think it's nice to know that you're over halfway once you finish that day.
Over the hump. Yeah.
Day 3 was where all the roads that I planned, all the trails, weren't trails anymore. So I added an extra 8 kilometers on that day.
And yet it was your best day.
Because difficult morning, a lot of walking, a lot of like going around fields, getting really frustrated. But then it was the last, I was like, oh, I'm going to finish at like 10 o'clock tonight because we've wasted so much time today. And it was a marathon from the end. And I don't know what happened. I felt so good. I ran the last like 35 kilometers, like pretty much non-stop, only walked up the hills. I literally felt like I was flying. I was probably going like almost a 7-minute pace, but I was like, I am flying. I felt so strong. Finished at like 8 o'clock, and I was like, the day has turned around. Lovely. And I was like, this is just the best day. It felt so good.
And did you at that point already have any of your blisters or anything, or nothing?
Nothing.
Okay. So the first 3 days were basically just
perfect. I had like a little bit of a blister on day 2, but we'd changed shoes and it was fine. Yeah. But it was sort of like, it was there. Yeah. But I hadn't noticed it yet. It was fine. Then day 4. Day 4. Day 4 and day 5 were the difficult days, the days where the peak of happiness slightly plummeted. I think because I had such a good day on day 3, I was like, yes, this is going to be a great run, feeling fire. And then day 4, 20k into the first stint of the day, the blisters happened. Basically, it'd become a big blister on the side of my foot. But I was like, I'm not going to pop it. I'm going to leave it overnight, see what happens. In the morning, I started running and it completely ripped. Oh no, okay. So then, I could just feel it, and I was like, I was just like walking down the highway like, crying. Oh my Luckily, goodness. It happened like 2 kilometers from when I was going to see Ollie. Yeah. So they like bandaged it all up, did everything they could. And I was like, okay, it feels runnable. I had some painkillers, which I don't usually have until the end of the day if I'm going to have any painkillers. But I had them, and I was like, I just need them to get through today. Yeah, and you want to run, and otherwise... Exactly. If you're walking 100 kilometers, it's doable, but you're going to get almost no sleep. Oh, yeah, there's like a 24-hour walk at that point. Yeah. So, should we go on that way? Yeah, let's go left. So yeah, basically day 4 was just getting through it. Survived, but near the end, that's when I could start to feel my ankle, and I was like, something doesn't feel quite right on my ankle. So then started the last day with a sort of sore ankle, taped up feet. Feet were just everything was just tape on my feet, basically, which was a real struggle actually mentally, because I've never had blisters.
Yeah.
I'm not someone that ever gets blisters.
Yeah.
And trying to like fathom how to deal with that on my feet was quite hard.
Yeah.
But I guess, yeah, you always know going into something like this, something's going to go wrong.
I mean, it's good to have this experience now, with also the other things that you've still got coming up, like not necessarily this year, but next year. It's good to have the experience of the blister, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. And then, yeah, basically day 5, I think, was my hardest day by far, which was a struggle, because usually you feel kind of good at the end, because you're like, I've just got this to do, I just need to finish this and I'm done today. But it was mentally really, really tough. We had a day of rain, obviously the blisters, and then my ankle just completely went in the morning. Like, I couldn't put any weight on it, and we were going through the moors. So
do you have any idea what was wrong at that point with your ankle? Like, did you go through it at any point?
I was trying to tape it to keep it stable, but I think what had happened was basically all the terrain, it was either tarmac road, or it wasn't trail, it was farmers' fields, so like English countryside.
Yeah.
So you're on, like, you know, those muddy sort of hardened paths where your ankles are constantly going into little ditches.
Yeah.
And I think I kept landing this ankle incorrectly on those paths, and then running on it on tarmac, then landing it weird, and I think it was just overstrain.
Yeah.
So yeah,
just too much pressure.
Yeah. So the last 15k I walked the entire 15 kilometers in pain, but we finished.
You finished.
There was no doubt we were going to finish. It was just how long it was going to take.
Yeah. Which is also the beauty of some of these challenges, I think.
Yeah.
It's more about pushing through and finishing than necessarily doing it fast or anything like that.
Exactly.
So, I mean, that's the most respectable thing.
You could, I think with one of these, you could go out and, you know, absolutely smash the first 2 days, but then you don't know what's going to come for the next.
And you never know what the weather is going to do, and what the actual path holds for you, because indeed, like you said, not always can you do what you plan.
Yeah, it's not like, you know, you're on a race route where you're like, this is the route, this is planned out.
Yeah.
I know I can do this.
Yeah.
You're also, you know, looking at your maps, you know, trying to navigate where you're going. There's so many variables that come into play with something like this.
And how did you fuel during the run itself?
Yeah, so during the run, I basically woke up in the morning, would have, there's like pre-made pancakes that come in a packet. I'd have those in the morning for my breakfast, get going for the day. I would have about 4 to 5 Sturka bars, which are like rice cake bars, which are about 300 calories per bar.
Oh wow, that's a lot.
Yeah.
Well done. Well done, Sturker.
Yeah. So I'd have about, usually about 4 of those, which I'd just like keep biting on throughout the day.
Yeah.
I'd usually have some sort of like salty item, like crisps or something. And then I was having quite a lot of hot cross buns as well.
How much does your, like, obviously a watch doesn't know at all how many calories you burn, but how much did it even say you burn? What do you even,
so it's,
like at 100k, I'm like, I can't even imagine it.
So it said over the 5 days I burnt 32,000 calories.
Jesus Christ.
So in activity alone, you're burning around just over 6,000 calories.
That's insane.
But
then
then
obviously, then you have your normal body.
So you're about like,
probably like around 8,000 something, 9,000 a day. Ish.
Yeah.
Like very, very rough estimate, but yeah, that's think about trying to eat that.
You just can't.
It's impossible. No, it's impossible. Like that's
you
so
just
much.
Can't,
So you just try to keep up, basically.
Yeah, exactly.
Give your body what it needs to recover. Did you, like, whenever you would finish, would you try to get a protein in, or were you just like carb focused the whole week?
Yeah. So
because how do you do that? How do you balance like your muscles needing a bit of recovery, but at the same time you don't want to like you also want to be ready for the next run, basically.
Yeah, so I basically carbs all day, nothing but carbs, nothing with fiber, like literally just carbs all day. And then in the evening, right before bed, I would have a burger.
Okay.
So you're getting like some fat, some carbs, some protein.
Yeah.
And that's basically what I would have.
I can imagine your system just shutting down at some point with the amount of carbs and not like the rest of the nutrients that it normally is expecting.
It's sort of weird. Like as soon as I finish something like this, all I want is vegetables. Like my body actually has never craved anything more than just like salad and vegetables and fruit. Yeah. Like it's obviously your body saying, I need these nutrients so badly. Yeah. But also because for me, everything I eat usually comes out pretty fast. So
I think you're eating only very easy digestible carbs.
Yeah, exactly. So you're eating them, your body's using anything it can, and then, you know, within half an hour I'm going to the bathroom. But not like an upset stomach sort of bathroom, just like I need to go because you're eating so much as well that you're like, I need to get to the bathroom. So as soon as I finish, I'm just like vegetables, fruit, green things.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah.
Is there anything you did in between the runs? Like when you got back, was it just eat and sleep, or like did you do anything else to prepare yourself every single time for the next run?
Yeah, so what I'd usually do is obviously immediately get out of my running stuff, get into something comfortable. Then I would get on the bed and I'd usually roll my hips. So with a small like hockey ball, I'd put it in between my hips and try and stretch out those muscles because they're so tight. And I would do that. I would also try and stretch my legs out, do some mobility on my legs, try and get as much mobility on my legs as possible, but also while doing it like sort of horizontal and like trying to rest as well. I'd then eat and then go immediately to bed, because all the rest that I get in that time is not quality sleep, because everything is sort of aching and your muscle, like I have like restless legs, so your legs just can't stop moving, and everything, if you lay on anything for a bit too long, it hurts. So out of those hours of sleep, you're probably only getting 3 maximum. So yeah, I think what I've actually learned is not to have as much rest. I think I do better if I was waking up at 3 a.m. and being like, I actually would prefer just to I would prefer just to go and run now. Because I'm not getting the quality sleep anyways, so I may as well just start.
And then just finish earlier or whatever. And see
so
if
I
you
think
can rest longer.
Lesson for my next challenge is not as much rest, actually.
It's hard though also for your support crew, I imagine. If you would be like at 3 a.m, hey, I'm gonna start now, they need to be very flexible. I'm ready to be like,
so for me, I didn't want to do that because I know we only had a small team and it wasn't a race, so I didn't need to put them under any more pressure than they needed to be. So I just tried to get that rest in. But in a race condition, I think that'd be different. I think I'd have the ability to be like, no, let's just go.
Yes, absolutely. Because obviously like you are kind of focusing on a potential race next year. Don't know if we can mention it.
Not yet, but
let's not mention it. But if you were to do that during that race, you would just go when you're ready to go.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you see it in those types of races, right? Like people, they lay down, they maybe rest for half an hour, and then it's like,
and they go.
Ready to go, let's go. So that's very interesting. Okay, so it's done. You're still raising money.
Yes.
What?
Still recovering and.
Still recovering.
So I feel like it's been a week and a bit. I had a very, very bad cold. I'm still just coming out of that. I think my immune system was just so low afterwards. Just being tired. I can obviously walk now, but my ankle's still not runnable. And it's just basically about getting those nutrients back in, resting, recovering, and then slowly getting back to running. So incorporating swimming, cycling, and then jogging again.
Yeah. Aye, aye, aye.
Aye, aye, aye.
And then we slowly move on to the next adventures.
Yes,
which,
and then the next adventures.
Which one that we can't mention is obviously the 100k Follow the Coast next year.
Yes.
Which I think Lydia is going to be coaching a lot of people here for, not just me. So that will be interesting. And
obviously, and we've got the 50k coming up next weekend, which I will be on the start line. Probably not on the finish line, but I will enjoy cheering you on and everyone else on, and at least doing some miles at the beginning. Obviously,
be at 1k.
Yes.
We'll see about it.
But I think it's very important to know your body and know that it's not smart to push it. And
well, I think that's one of the things I was thinking about actually this morning about your challenge. Nowadays on YouTube and just looking at like running, the run-fluencers, there's a lot of people taking on challenges always with the goal of being the fastest.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's about finishing, but many of them are trying to do it in the fastest way possible. And personally, I think one of the cool things about these challenges is you are challenging yourself. That doesn't mean that you have to be faster than others. Like, doing the best that you can is the best challenge that anybody can put for themselves, and it's something that's way more relatable for all of us.
Yeah.
Because I feel like whenever I see these run-influencers doing these like really big challenges and doing it super fast, and they have this whole crew, it's like, yeah, well, cool for you. But I couldn't do it like that, or many of us couldn't do it like that, because one, you might not have the time, you might not have the crew, you might not have the finances. Like, there's so many reasons why maybe it's not possible.
Yeah.
But we can all, if we would want to, obviously, but we can all find a challenge for ourselves that maybe we can do, and that might be something like, I don't know, like running, say, across the Netherlands, or doing all the borders. So we talked about running, well, was it Menorca or one of the islands one day, and those kind of things where it's not necessarily maybe about doing it the fastest, but doing the best that we can, or that
not even
I
running,
can.
just going for a multi-day hike.
Yeah.
Somewhere.
Exactly.
Just see if you can do that.
And it's then more, I think, also about enjoying the challenge for yourself and like what you come across. It's not always about being the best. It's just like challenging a bit of yourself and accomplishing something. I think that is way more special and I don't know, like important and valuable, which I would really enjoy if more people would put stuff out there like that. Like, I ran to my grandparents in another state, or I did this, or I did that, but not like, oh, I did it the fastest ever. No, you did it in your way. Maybe you did it with friends. Maybe you did it like something that for you is a challenge like that. I would love to see more of that out there in content, basically. And I think that this was really fun to follow, because it was like it had a really cool, interesting story around it.
Yeah.
And that is just really fun to watch and to follow.
I'm glad you enjoyed.
Will there be a video, like an afternoon, for people to look at?
No,
something?
We didn't film it. We just went out there and enjoyed it, which was really nice.
Yeah.
We obviously took some pictures. But yeah, it was actually quite nice not having any sort of, I'll be the only one that knows what that run was like. So.
Well, we've seen some.
Yeah,
we've seen
true,
bits and pieces.
You've seen some photos.
But yeah, it was obviously your choice what you would want to share. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, the angry farmers were maybe left out.
Yeah, a couple of angry farmers.
And the bathroom breaks.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, this is, I don't think we need to talk about what's next. Like, this is something to just be really proud of and to recover from, and to just, enjoy for a little while.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
and hopefully
bask
soon
in
the Portugal project film will be out online for everyone.
That would be lovely. We've been waiting on that one. All right. right, I think that's it for this Between Miles.
Yeah.
Don't forget to recover if you ever run anything big or small. And we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.